Frankly, it feels so strange to say this as the lead-in for a news story regarding Disney and Pixar, but say it we will. The Walt Disney Company has decided to open a Disney Plus show with prayer. That's right, folks. Not the kind of prayer that Madonna sings about, but rather legitimately, safely, and securely Christian prayer. Who would have ever seen it coming? Well, folks, we'll tell you what's going on and why it may be a big win for Disney going back to the mainstream middle, the sensible center, where money is made. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel where we are continuing to cover, well, a strange thing indeed, and that is that Hollyweird seems to be ready to acquiesce and decide to go back to traditional values, especially when it comes to kids' content. Today, we're talking about Disney, we're talking about Pixar, and it's hard to believe from a company that just recently was pushing hardcore Strange World, Lightyear, The Proud Family, Louder and Prouder, and more, but they're done. And those old DEI super woke values are out the door. Click the like button. Let's go. Take a look at this. It is out of Pixar. This is funny. From the San Francisco Chronicle. Can anybody guess why I'm reading it from the San Francisco Chronicle? We have never featured the San Francisco Chronicle before on the show.
I just want to say there's a parade of flags going down the streets there.
That's right. That's right.
They're in San Francisco, roughly, right? Emeryville, it's just right there.
G. Allen. You know, that's a cool name. G. Allen. It just blows. G. Allen Johnson is the author here. Pixar's Win or Lose features Disney's first openly Christian character in nearly 2 decades. This is going to be fun because if you know what Win or Lose is, it is the Pixar animated short that featured a child of a certain, shall we say, socially controversial nature, and it was scrubified. Very similar to Strange World or to Lightyear, things that did not go well for Disney. And Disney decided to remove the episode and the kiddo that was, I guess, depicted in a way that might upset people. In fact, it even garnered an official statement from Disney where they said, parents want to be able to discuss these things on their own. So, yeah, here we go. Win or Lose, Pixar's first original series not based on existing intellectual property, has something not seen in the Disney universe in nearly 2 decades. A Christian character. In fact, the series about a championship youth softball tournament begins with a prayer. The first of the 8 episodes opens with Lori, a young girl struggling with self-confidence alone on the bench, her hands clasped in prayer. Folks, this is actually humorous to the point I could break out in laughter. I mean, Pixar? This is how a Pixar... What multiverse have I suddenly been shifted to? What portal opened up and dropped me here? A Pixar animated short opens with, Dear Heavenly Father, please give me strength, Lori says. I have faith, but sometimes the doubt creeps in. I just want to catch a ball or get a hit. For my team, of course.
It's the universe where Inside Out made $1 billion.
A Pixar animated short opens with Dear Heavenly Father, and it's not mocking them. It's not the Book of Mormon. It's literally like, what is going on here? Panel, help me make sense of it.
This is the first openly Christian character in Disney in almost 20 years. The last one was 2007's A Bridge to Terabithia, which was a live action film. Before that, I'm pretty sure the best representation of Christians that Disney could cook up was Frollo from Hunchback of Notre Dame. But yeah, they have not done a lot of openly religious characters. We covered this on That Park Place earlier today, and I was shocked because this is the one where they removed the gender politics storyline and they put in a character that was openly Christian and praying. It's just a sign that they learned a lesson from Inside Out, I think, and that they are shifting the priorities of who they market to.
Can I ask a question? Is this the Christian character they're referring to?
No, I don't believe
okay.
so.
I wasn't sure.
Well,
were you trying to determine if it was?
I think I know. Anyway, here's the deal. If you go back in time, there is a cartoon. We can't play it for copyright reasons. It's not made its way to public domain. It's not been Steamboat Willied yet. But there is a cartoon where Mickey actually prays at night, and it's just a normal part of the cartoon. It's not as if it's some sort of religious insert, but it's just Mickey Mouse saying his prayers before bed. God bless so and so. God bless. I think he says God bless Mickey, or God bless Minnie. God bless Pluto, et cetera, et cetera. And so he goes to bed. Well, that was voiced by Walt himself, right? So this is not something that classic Disney was afraid to handle. It was just a normal part of life. But modern Disney, this is like groundbreaking. It's headliner. And the fact that Pixar opens the show this way in prayer, I can't believe it. I mean, it's just...
I have to say, though, I don't think we're going to see any behind-the-scenes footage of any type of a Reimagine Tomorrow meeting with somebody going, I can't believe this. I wanted to start putting like 50% Christian agenda in all my films and all of my content. And like, they let me. So I'm just putting Christian content everywhere in my not-so-secret Christian agenda.
That's right. Ron is referring to the leaked Reimagine Tomorrow videos that Christopher Rufo, an independent journalist, managed to get out there. And it was of these crazy Disney people, these creatives who just had an agenda for children's content. Now, I have said before, I have my own beliefs, and, the Pro Channel is a broad place for people of all beliefs and backgrounds. I myself personally am a Christian. But that said, I have advocated that Disney maintain itself in sort of a central position for the broadest audience. But I don't sense that having a prayer has ever been something that's highly contentious or that will run off your audience. I think that's something that is, from the majority standpoint, widely accepted. So I don't see why this has to be something that's a one-off or something that we have to, celebrate. And it'll be 20 more years before they have something like this. I think it's wise for Disney to be more conscientious of the middle. And I think this is the middle. I'm not here to advocate that they, I don't want a Pixar film for kids to get out there and be like, here's the right denomination, or, hey, let's wage an intellectual battle between Protestants and Catholics. That'll be fun. And the Greek Orthodox say, hey, what about us? So anyway, I don't think they need to go in that kind of specificity, but in general, I think this is a good idea. Culture.
Pro, I have to take you back a long, long way back to the original animated feature from the Walt Disney Company. That's right. 1937, you had an amazing little film that was called Snow White. Do you know?
Are we allowed to talk about that?
Weird.
Maybe not. But in that film, Snow White's depicted praying. And why? Because from the fairy tale itself and from that period of time, that was largely the religion that dominated pretty much all the fairy tales. But in that movie, Snow White is praying. The original animated feature, which is why it's even more disgusting what's happening with the new Snow White film.
So you're making, let me see if I've got this right. You're suggesting that the original Snow White was a film that is fundamentally and intrinsically connected with some degree of faith, and that the Zegler version does not appear to have any connection whatsoever to any kind of theological basis.
Oh, not in any way. She's wearing a heart that you're going to be able to buy at Claire's. So,
well, that's...
I mean, the fake silver bologna sausage that you always wanted to buy. But she is actually praying to God to bless the dwarves who helped her.
That's very nice of her, by the way. Very kind of her.
Yeah, I'm just saying, Disney's always had, believe it or not, the reference to Middle America in all the animated films. And I think Kevin agrees with me.
It took me a while to find this on X. And I didn't think I had any chance of finding it in other places. But here it is, folks. There's the image. Now, the caption there, the caption's not real. But the rest of it, I think, is real. I think there is this is the frame from Snow White where she prays for the dwarves.
And I'm just going to say that I think I recognize that name, and I'm going to say that was spot on by that person. They nailed it. But it's a very interesting thing to think that Walt was steeped in a lot of very progressive ideas, but he always took home the heart of everything that he believed in. And he believed in faith. He believed in family. He wanted a park specifically for everybody to come together. He wanted to be able to take his girls. There must be a location, a park that everybody can take their family to and enjoy this type of an experience. And that's how you ended
They've
up
got
with
money,
Disneyland
right?
in the first place. Yeah, well, but it wasn't even that much money back then.
Yeah.
And that's,
I know that's
you know,
what the joke that I'm making is that the Bob Iger is they've changed the vision to if you have money.
well, if you have a lot of money now,
A lot of money.
All right, so let's see, and apologies for not using that park place to cover this, but well, you'll all forgive me for just how delicious it is.
Yeah.
Let's read a little bit further in the San Francisco article. It says, that simple prayer is the first Christian reference in a Disney film since The Bridge to Terabithia, a live-action film from 2007, which featured two kiddos, attending church together and discussing religion on their trip home, according to WDW News Today. They're big fans of us. A website dedicated to reporting news about Disney's theme parks. Disney is the parent company of Pixar, which is based in Emeryville. Thank you, San Francisco Chronicle. We had no idea. The inclusion of a Christian character stands in contrast to Pixar's decision. Oh, I'm sure it was Pixar's decision. Totally Pixar's decision on this one. To redact a divisive storyline from Win or Lose during the series production, a move revealed by The Hollywood Reporter in December. So they're taking it well. Panel, any other thoughts on this one and whether or not it's a good or bad idea?
Since we covered this in December when they removed that storyline, I loved the quote that was given, in the Hollywood Reporter article where it was, well, because we know that parents want to talk to their kids about certain things on their own in their own time. And I was like, where did this Disney come from?
Well, they've clearly been subscribing to the channel. Kevin, what do you got?
Well, I was going to point out, even if you go back to children's cartoons from the 80s and very early 90s, there was always an emphasis on the story being some kind of a morality tale. And when what worked about that content was it was, again, rooted in very simple things: family, faith, sometimes faith, forgiveness, truth, honesty, honor, all the good stuff. And it's really only been over the last 25, 30 years where you've seen that almost eradicated from entertainment, and people really want that stuff back. There's I hate to say it this way, but the mainstream left has essentially vilified prayer. And people are kind of in a space where they're like, no, it's not a bad thing. It's people like morality. Generally, religion is your first introduction to ethics and morality and consequences. Yeah. And these are things that people need. These are things that people want. And if you're trying to get back to the middle, where this is the foundation of how people structure their families, this is a smart move. Disney has a very damaged brand with families. So, if you're trying to get them back, this is a good first step. However, they also did remove any aspect of Matt Murdock's Catholic upbringing from his own show, and that being a Catholic is a driving force to the character. So I don't think we should celebrate too quickly. But again, live action is a little different.
When it comes to prayer in kids content, obviously most people don't want them to get into a specificity where it starts placing various belief systems in a hierarchy. They also probably don't want kids to be depicted praying in a way that's very immature. So kudos to Disney on at least not having the kid pray that they win the game. That's not a great way to depict it. But then again, some adults do that. Some adults, they pray that they'll get the victory over somebody else, in chess or checkers or backgammon or what have you.
I can confirm that God does not get involved in sports. If so, the Eagles and the Chiefs would have never been in the Super Bowl. Just saying.
That's right. That's right.
Well, no, there was that one season where the California Angels, won the pennant, and I heard that was some divine intervention.
I think about this too.
Early
what
90s.
happened 20 years ago? Probably the rise of China, and also that was the handoff between Michael Eisner and Bob Iger for the company. So
the China angle is a really, really good point, Vash. So folks out there, if you're looking for a mature way to approach this prayer thing, Maybe the characters in our entertainment, maybe we ourselves could take 5 minutes each a day and just say, to the above, where are some ways I could be better? And I bet you that some thoughts will come to your mind on ways that you could improve. And if we aim higher, we'll all do a bit better. And that's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. We are done for now, but don't worry. Do not fret. Not yet, for more content is still coming your way 4 times a day right here on the Pro Channel. What a joy it has been to share our time with you. We hope you feel the same. Adding value to your every single day is our job here, and we take it very seriously. Folks, the only thing we ask in return is that you consider clicking that like button. Share, subscribe, click it, stick it to those algorithms. It's the notification bell. And drop a comment right on down below. And folks, if you'd like to subscribe to our partner YouTube channels, That Park Place, That Pod Place, That Game Place, and some of those radio stations like Vacation Radio, well, we certainly would appreciate it. Until the next time we have the honor of spending time and being invited into your day, folks, we go on our way saying this: keep learning, keep growing, and as always, keep having fun.
Why listen to music made by people and companies who really don't like you? Check out Vacation Radio today and prepare for all new content made by the people behind the WDW Pro Channel. It's the place you need for all the music. That should be fun. Hundreds of songs, every genre you can imagine. Listen live on YouTube and enjoy a set list that's always sunny. It's Vacation Radio. What are you waiting for? Every WDW Pro video has a link to Vacation Radio in the video description. Try it out and subscribe today.